there's going to be great success. Trust me. It is not rocket science. You just have to learn.
This is amazing energy. I love it. And it gives me great pleasure to do such a talk because we've all had ideas. We all want to be entrepreneurs. We all think there's this problem that we're just going to fix. But entrepreneurship is difficult. So I want to start out by talking about Pepsi. PepsiCo has been around for 70 years. That's not a small feat. That's quite a journey. So tell us a bit about it. How has it been contributing to the ecosystem in Egypt?
So I'll start a bit earlier. I'll start 130 years ago.
Okay.
Because Pepsi started with an idea. It's an entrepreneur who began Pepsi. It's a pharmacist who had this idea to get into soda drinks. And he developed a brand, which he called Brad's Cola. And then that evolved to Pepsi. So today, if you look at Pepsi, that started with this small idea. It's a $90 billion company. You're talking about 350,000 employees in 200 countries. And it wasn't an easy journey because the company went bankrupt several times.
Wow.
So, and then 1920, it was bought by an investment group and they started to revolve the company. But it's always difficult when you're number two. When you're number two, you need to have that entrepreneurial DNA in order to win. So as PepsiCo, when you look at the global scope, we have a giant competitor.
Yes.
So what did we do? We thought differently. We said, let's disrupt the market. So we did this joint venture with Frito-Lay, so we became a beverage and snacks. We went in both restaurants, Pizza Hut, and KFC.
Expanded your horizons.
You know, so we can get our drinks to the younger generation.
Yeah.
We spin that off, and we brought Tropicana, then Gatorade, number one juice, number one sports drink. And all of a sudden, you've transformed the company as a whole to a number one fast-moving consumer goods company.
Tackled the entire chain. You went to retail, you went to the product, you
That's
went to
it.
the customer right away.
That's it. So you've disrupted the market totally. Same thing and the same spirit we've been operating with that entrepreneurial DNA. When we came to Egypt, we acquired the business in '99. And then we bought a small company called Chipsy in 2000. Both of them were losing money. Both of them, infrastructure was just appalling. Capabilities were nowhere. And 25 years later, we've become the market leaders. We have 14,000 young, trained Egyptians working for us. We have
That's
farmers with us. And we've totally transformed the company with that DNA. And that's the success of PepsiCo, is we've never lost that entrepreneurial DNA.
That's the value of decent vision. You can transform anything into a very successful business. Now, we know the snacks, we know the drinks, we know all these amazing things, but I'm pretty sure the people here have already met you and are 100% certain that you're the nicest, most approachable person to talk to about entrepreneurship. Because you have multiple programs. You have the She Feeds the World program, which is geared towards female farmers. So talk to us about this, and I'll let you give them the surprise.
Okay, so She Feeds the World. It's a program about building agriculture talent. But I'm very careful when I go into these CSR programs because they need to be end-to-end. So I need to win as the company, the country needs to win, and whoever enters with us needs to win. Yeah. So being a company that depends on growers of potatoes, we went and approached female farmers. Now, the statistics in Egypt, female farmers, there's no rights. They don't get paid enough. They don't have the skills and capabilities, and it's a male-dominated field. So what we did, we took 10,000 females, we educated them. We educated them on finance, we educated them on agriculture, We didn't give them money. They had to take a loan out of what we call the village loan.
Okay.
And they went out and they rented land. And it was our job to train them. These women are divorced, they're widowers,
Wow.
they work with their kids on their shoulders, but the amount of passion and pride that they've shown is just phenomenal. Last year,
That's amazing. And it's really inspiring because you can make something out of nothing. You can beat the circumstances.
but listen to this, the results. Men, the yield of the faddan for men is 7 tons of potatoes.
Okay.
These women got 12 tons of potatoes per faddan.
Wow. Girl power, please.
So it tells you a lot about the capabilities. It tells you a lot about the passion. And last year, they stood in front of President Sisi and explained to him how they're doing this agriculture, how they've learned, and how they've learned the latest techniques for sustainable agriculture. Now, to complete the cycle, we buy the crops from them. So we're buying the seeds. So they're so proud that their potatoes is in a gypsy bag. And that gives them so much pride. And it's really, it melts my heart every time I go to the harvest. It's just phenomenal.
You also participated in COP28 during the hackathon. Talk to us about the hackathon and how you're supporting these young entrepreneurs.
Well, the hackathon started in Egypt, and it was, I noticed when I go to these forums, a lot of entrepreneurs come up to me and ask questions and check out their ideas. And we said, okay, why don't we do a forum for them where we can provide the advice, get them speakers, get them people that can shape up their perspective, their business proposal, work on their skills. And we started that with a small hackathon. And it started gaining popularity. A lot of these companies, I meet them now, they are going public, they're doing IPOs, so really proud of that. But all of a sudden, it became the Arab Youth Hackathon.
Yeah.
For this year, 5 Arab countries are involved in this, and we're doing something for getting ideas for the climate and for sustainability. And the winners went and presented in COP in Dubai. Great platform for networking, great platform to get their ideas. And usually what we do, we have winners. So if somebody wins, we fund the project for them. But also those who don't win, we give advice. They come into PepsiCo, they sit with our finance, they sit with our marketing, they sit with that, and we continuously help them shape up their proposal. And a lot of them are suppliers for us now. So there was this gentleman who did solar panels, and now he's doing our solar panels for our plants. So we're using them as well and incorporating them into our value chain.
They become part of your brand. You really embrace them like their family.
They do, and they're extremely loyal, extremely passionate. That Pepsi's taken them in, but they're doing great work.
Okay, now I'm sure you've probably been asked this question at least 10 times so far today alone, but what actionable advice can you offer all the entrepreneurs who are sitting out and listening to this as youth in Egypt? What are the challenges and the opportunities that they can actually capitalize on and use right now?
I think, with the state of economy, I think a lot of youngsters now are looking to do their own project. Now, these are difficult times, but they're also good times because there is a change happening. Change in terms of technology, change in terms of things. And if you look at Egypt, there's a lot that the country needs. So it's not an easy environment. But what my advice is always, if you have a great idea, if you have a good idea, don't think about it too much, What I do in Pepsi is I get the idea out there and I fail. And I fail quick. And I learn. And I start building on it. Because the more you get learnings, it's no use locking yourself in an office for years and years thinking about a perspective. Just get the idea out there. it's worked for me, and the market is the best teacher. Now, the trick here is when you fail, you get up again, because the worst thing in life is failing, and it hurts so much. But when I look at my career and say, where are the pivot points that really transformed me, is when I failed. So pick yourself up and fail again and again and again and again. And at the end of all these failures, there's going to be great success. Trust me. It is not rocket science. You just have to learn. And the more you fail, the more you're going to learn. And hopefully, we can get great ideas from great entrepreneurs that benefit this country, that needs a lot of help in the next couple of years to really transform it and get it back to where it deserves to be.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Like, you don't fail, you learn, and that is very valuable. You just keep moving forward, and it's so nice to hear this message from someone who's so established. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I really hope you've enjoyed yourself. Continue enjoying yourself, because this is the final and best day at Ilguna Under 30 Summit.